Hi, I'm Kristen McClure, and today I'm learning about nonviolent communication. My clients often ask me about how to say something to someone they love, how to share their feelings with someone they love, how to best communicate about something important or something difficult with someone that they love. And nonviolent communication is a great way to do that. Nonviolent communication was developed by Marshall Rosenberg, who was a psychologist and eventually gave up his practice to devote himself full time to sharing this philosophy that he discovered. So nonviolent communication is about dropping speech that's driven by fear and reactivity and transforming it into honest, compassionate speech that is devoid of blame. Thich Nhat Hanh has a quote that I really love: always speak in a way that inspires self-confidence, joy, and hope. Now, of course, that's easier said than done, but if we all did this, our relationships would be transformed. Nonviolent communication is based on the philosophy that our needs are never in opposition and only our strategies of meeting them are. Nonviolent communication helps us observe and describe without judgment, objectively, and helps us have a formula to process what's happening mindfully and then be strategic about how it is that we communicate our needs and ask for what we want from the people that we love, while also respectfully and empathetically coming to an understanding of what their needs are and what they might need, so we can come to a mutual understanding of how to meet everyone's needs and communicate about that. So why did Marshall Rosenberg develop this? What was his reason for coming up with this philosophy? Well, he became fascinated with good communication due to his parents' unhappy marriage and the discrimination that he saw, the turbulent race relations around him, and he was Jewish, and he himself experienced a lot of discrimination. He was called names and couldn't understand all of the hatred and the disconnection that he saw among people around him from their basic compassion. He felt that we as humans were wired to be compassionate, and we became disconnected from that, that we, at our most basic core, were meant to be compassionate. His mentor was Carl Rogers. So Carl Rogers was a psychologist. He is one of the most famous psychologists. And he felt that in order for people to grow, they need an environment that is genuine, is accepting, and safe and empathetic. And that is really, like in a therapeutic relationship, that is the foundation for growth and change. And that our deepest need is to contribute. And as long as our basic needs are met, that's what we are meant to do as human beings. So nonviolent communication is based in that belief that is our drive, that our drive is to connect and to contribute. It's a very hopeful and optimistic idea of humanity. So people's needs are never in conflict, and that it's only the way that we meet our needs that are in conflict. That is the foundation of this communication philosophy. So here are some of the basic tenets. You have to be flexible about your strategies and how you get your needs met. You have to translate your inner thoughts to observation. So we don't suppress our emotions when we're communicating, but we also don't react to them. So this is probably familiar if you've watched my other videos. Emotions are a source of information. They're a useful source of information, but we really have to slow down and try to decode them and figure out what they're telling us about our needs in situations with other people. They happen, but they result from thoughts and expectations. And we have to communicate about them with other people after we've considered that and we've thought about it. So it's a very mindful, thoughtful way of processing our emotions and then figuring out what we need and then being reflective and careful about how we share that with other people. So the steps of nonviolent communication. You observe and reflect on the situation, and then you consider describing it in judgment-free language to the other person. And this can be hard. So emotional language can sometimes use judgmental emotions. So some judgmental emotions might be ignored or misunderstood. Those words feel judgmental. If you share with someone that you feel ignored or misunderstood, that can feel judgmental. So you want to be careful about the words you use when you're sharing your emotions with another person. You can say words like anger or frustrated, but betrayed, ignored, those are more judgmental words. So that step is a little tricky, but you may want to learn more about nonviolent communication. If you like this video, there's tons of information. You can become a facilitator, you can take more training, much of it is free, but it can be a tricky step. Then you want to think about connecting your feelings with your needs. So what your needs are. So the need might be that you need silence. It might be that you need to feel safe. It might be that you might be more basic, like you need sleep. But this is about what your need is, and you have a right to your needs. So it's important for you to know that. It's okay for you to have needs. And then you follow up that with a doable request. So would you be willing to do X? And then the next step is you wait for a response from the person that you're communicating to. You listen to the other person's response, and you listen for their feelings and needs. And then you respond by expressing what you think you have heard and what you think their actual needs are. Then you empathize and you repeat back what you think you've heard them saying. And then with the other person, you're going to brainstorm strategies that meet everyone's needs. So again, nonviolent communication is assuming that needs are not in conflict, but the strategies for how you meet those needs are. So this might look like, in translation, a conversation with someone who has, if you are in the kitchen cooking and your partner's in the kitchen watching TV and you're regularly irritated by the fact that the TV is too loud, you might want to yell, turn that TV down. It's so frustrating. You're always watching these nonsense shows and I have no peace, or various things. That would be a more reactive way of communicating. Or you might want to keep it inside. just disregarding your feelings, having that build up and being resentful and angry. But you want to observe that situation, reflect upon what your need is, which in that case would be some peace and quiet or silence while you're cooking. And then you would want to say, I feel frustrated when I'm trying to cook in the kitchen and have a peaceful time. And I need some quiet time when I'm cooking. I need silence. Would you be willing from 5 and 6 at night when I'm cooking dinner to turn the TV down, put some headphones on, watch TV in the other room, whatever that request is? And then you will listen to what your partner says about their feelings and needs. Perhaps they'll say, my favorite show is on from 5 to 6, and this is my relaxation time. It's really important for me to get to watch this. And then you'll empathize back with them, like, yeah, this is your relaxation time. I recognize you work really hard. You have the need to relax. You have the need to distress. Can we find a solution to this problem? And the two of you will get together and brainstorm some ideas as to how you can both get your needs met. Your need for quiet time in the kitchen while you're cooking, their need for relaxation time and to watch their favorite show from 5 to 6. Perhaps, you can change your cooking time. Perhaps you can change the time that you cook. Perhaps, like I had suggested, you come up with the idea of the headphones, or, perhaps you can actually move the TV to another room. There's all kinds of creative responses to that particular situation. But the basic idea behind this communication is that you are assuming goodwill. There's a need for everyone to be happy. There's a desire for us all to be compassionate inside. And the goal of this is to be flexible, to be honoring our needs, to be devoted to communicating in a way that's nonviolent to the people that we care about. So I will put a link at the end of this video with a website where you can learn more about this style of communication. I'm Kristen McClure, and I hope that this was helpful, this video, for you today. Thanks for watching.